Good morning, students. Again, we'll take some inorganic compounds. We'll discuss about the properties and the preparation of the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, you all know it is a gas, and in class 8 chemistry, we are discussing about carbon and its compounds. So, it is also one of the compound carbon dioxide. And now we all know that carbon dioxide is specially formed when oxygen combines with the carbon, or when hydrocarbons burns in the presence of oxygen, then carbon dioxide gas is produced. Not only this, carbon dioxide gas is also produced during photosynthesis, during respiration. As you all know that when we respire, we take oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. So what happens when that carbon dioxide which we give out, they are taken by the green plants during photosynthesis, and they prepare the food. So these carbon dioxide which we release during respiration, they are absorbed by the green plant for the process of photosynthesis. And in our atmosphere, about 0.03% to 0.04% of the air contains carbon dioxide. Now let's come to the discovery of carbon dioxide. Who discovered it? How did they discover? So Jan Baptista von Helmont, he showed that carbon dioxide is a constituent of limestone. Limestone, you all know, calcium carbonate. So that contains carbon dioxide gas only. This was discovered by Jan Baptista van Helmont. And Anthony Lavoisier was another scientist. He studied the role of carbon dioxide in respiration. That during respiration we take oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. This was shown by the Anthony Lavoisier. Now come to the preparation of carbon dioxide. How is carbon dioxide prepared? So it is prepared by many methods. In the laboratory preparation is also there, as well as industrial preparation. So first we study the simple method of preparing carbon dioxide, that is by burning carbon. So whenever any hydrocarbon or any fuel which contains carbon, it is burnt in the presence of oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide, that is C. C is a carbon, and when it combines with oxygen it forms CO2, that is carbon dioxide, and heat is released. And second method of producing carbon dioxide is heating metal carbonates as well as metal bicarbonates. What is metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates? Metal carbonates means when carbon dioxide is combined with the metal, it forms metal carbonates, and when hydrogen is also there along with the carbonate with the carbon, then it forms metal bicarbonates. So whenever the metal carbonates and bicarbonates are heated, then they also produce carbon dioxide. Like here we can see the reaction, copper carbonate CuCO3, means when carbon dioxide gas react with the copper, it forms copper carbonate. And when this copper carbonate is heated, and what does it form? It forms copper oxide, that is CuO plus CO2. So here what we have produced? Here we have produced carbon dioxide gas. So carbon dioxide gas is produced by heating metal carbonates. Then it forms oxide of that metal, that is copper oxide is formed here, and carbon dioxide gas is released in the atmosphere. In the same way, second, by heating metal bicarbonate means this is bicarbonate sodium hydrogen carbonate. So sodium hydrogen carbonate is called bicarbonate. So when it is heated, then it forms sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3, sodium carbonate plus H2O, water, and CO2, that is carbon dioxide gas is produced. So carbon dioxide gas is also produced by heating metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates. Now third preparation of carbon dioxide is by the action of dilute acid on metal carbonates. Metal carbonates means like this, we have studied that CO2 when combined with metal, it forms metal carbonates. So whenever metal carbonates reacts with any acid, either it is sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, dilute, the acid should be dilute, like H2SO4. So H2SO4 dilute acid when reacts with metal carbonate, that is sodium carbonate, it is metal carbonate, then what does it form? Sodium combined with sulfate to form sodium sulfate, this is Na2SO4. So Na2SO4 is sodium sulfate, and it forms water, H2O, and CO2 gases formed. So CO2 gas is formed by reaction of sulfuric acid, H2SO4, and sodium carbonate, that is metal carbonate. Any metal carbonate we can take. In place of sodium we can take calcium carbonate also, copper carbonate also. So in the second equation you can see sulfuric acid H2SO4 when combined with calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3. So CaCO3 is calcium carbonate. When react with dilute sulfuric acid H2SO4, then what does it form? Ca, that is calcium, combined with sulfate to form calcium sulfate CaSO4, and water is formed, H2O, and CO2 gas is formed. So this is the reaction of dilute acid with the metal carbonate to form calcium carbonate, that is, and water as CO2 gas. Now another, in place of dilute sulfuric acid we can take hydrochloric acid also, HCl. So HCl when combined with sodium carbonate, metal carbonate, this is also metal carbonate, carbonate of metal, that is carbonate of sodium. So when it combined with hydrochloric acid it forms NaCl. Na combines with Cl to form NaCl, and what is left here? Here H2O, here oxygen combines with hydrogen of this element here, and it forms water, and the CO2 gas is produced. So here also CO2 gas is produced by heating, reaction of hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, with sodium carbonate. So these are the three methods of preparation, that is, first by heating, burning the carbon content fuel in the presence of oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide gas. Second is by heating metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates, like here copper carbonate, when it is heated it forms copper oxide and carbon dioxide. Metal bicarbonate, that is 2NaHCO3, when it is heated it forms sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide and water. And third is by the action of dilute acid on metal carbonates. Here just we have studied that sulfuric acid when react with metal carbonate it forms sodium sulfate, water and CO2 gas. Here also in the same way, here we have taken calcium carbonate, and here we have, in place of sulfuric acid we have taken hydrochloric acid. When react with sodium carbonate it forms sodium chloride and H2O as well as CO2 gas. Now these are the simple method of preparing carbon dioxide. Now come to the physical properties of carbon dioxide. Physical properties of carbon dioxide means what type of carbon dioxide gas it is. It is a colorless gas, it is odorless gas, means doesn't have any smell, doesn't have any color, it is slightly acidic gas, and it is denser than air. Another property is that it forms a white solid. This is very important. White solid means dry ice. When cooled to, means when CO2 gas is cooled to minus 78 degrees Celsius, then it forms dry ice. And what happens, this dry ice again sublime on heating. Sublime on heating means sublimation, you have studied. Sublimation means when solid directly converts into gaseous form instead of converting into liquid form. So in the same way, here solid carbon dioxide which is formed, it again sublimes on heating and it converts directly into gas form, and this is called sublimation process. And another main property of carbon dioxide is that it is a non-poisonous gas. But although it is non-poisonous gas, but due to the high concentration of carbon dioxide, the person can feel suffocation also and difficulty in breathing. But one harmful effect of the carbon dioxide, excess carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere, is that the atmosphere is becoming warm and warm nowadays because of pollution. The more and more CO2 gas is releasing in the atmosphere, and that is causing the global warming. And as a result of global warming, what happens, the polar glaciers have started melting, and one time if this pollution goes on in the same condition, then what happens, the whole ice will convert into water, and the whole sea and other water bodies will be submerged, means it will be filled with water, the water will overflow and the earth will be submerged in water. So that is the main consequences of the global warming, and that is due to the excess amount of carbon dioxide gas which are releasing in the atmosphere due to the pollution, and that is called global warming. So that's all for today, and tomorrow in the tomorrow's class we'll discuss about another main laboratory or industrial preparation of carbon dioxide